You're in college. Yes! Let the adventures begin. But the adventure takes a devastating turn when you find yourself searching for scores of required textbooks at the campus bookstore. The national average spent on textbooks is somewhere around $600 to $1,200 a year. And despite the expense, you bite the bullet, pay the price, study hard, make the grade, and dutifully return said books to recoup your investment, right? The bookstore that was so eager to sell you the books makes you return at their appointed times and wait in painfully long lines to quote-unquote sell back the stack of books you cared so well for over the past 4 months. The campus bookstore is happy to give you back mere pennies on the dollar. Is this Rick's pawn shop or what? Despite the absurd offer, you have already invested half a day in the process, so you take the money and begin to salve away your seller's remorse. Maybe you take the proceeds of your sellback and have a couple of fun nights out with your friends. Or you waste the money at the mouse breath casino for kids and come home with a lint-filled pocket stuck together with your melted sweet tarts or one of those Chinese finger trap thingies that George Bush is demonstrating. Or maybe you even take your return money and buy some of those overpriced ear fashions destined for destruction. On the other side of the spending spree, the semester is over, you're broke again, the bookstores are rolling in the dough, and some poor unsuspecting soul steps in the next semester to flop down a juicy $375 on the pile of books you originally bought for $400 and sold back for $130. By the way, if you understand these economics, then maybe you should be getting some extra credit. The question I want to ask you after reflecting on the unfulfilling process of buying and selling textbooks, is there a wiser and more fulfilling way to engage the textbook buying and selling process? I too have bought and sold thousands of dollars worth of textbooks. Near the end of my graduate work, I began to see a way that something we all have to have, textbooks, could be used to fuel something we all want to support: ministry and missions for those who need it most. Missions Multiplier exists to turn donated textbooks into money for the nonprofit work that is closest to your heart. Instead of feeling regret every time you buy and sell your textbooks, you can experience the joy of financially supporting the missions and ministry causes that are most important to you. And you can generate that money by simply donating your new and used textbooks to Missions Multiplier. Missions Multiplier will then sell the books on the open market for retail prices and donate up to half of the profits to the charity of your choice, as long as that charity or ministry falls within the acceptable parameters set forth by Missions Multiplier. The remainder of the profits will be used to support ministry and missions among the peoples of the world, beginning right here in New York City. Yes, college students are mostly broke, but one thing we do have a lot of is books. And when you sell books back at the college bookstore, you usually get from 10% to up to 50% of the retail value of that book. But when you donate your books to Missions Multiplier, the nonprofit or ministry project of your choice receives up to 50% of the profit from the retail sale, and instead of the remainder of the profit going to pad the pockets of campus bookstore moguls, it goes directly to fund missions and ministry in the heart of the capital of the world, New York City. So here's what I want to ask you to do. When it comes time to pass on textbooks, go to missionsmultiplier.com, download the shipment form, fill in your information and the name and address of the ministry or nonprofit you want your proceeds to support, then ship the package to Missions Multiplier, and we will handle the rest. When the books sell, a donation will be sent to the ministry or nonprofit of your choice. And those who excel in this textbook partnership with Missions Multiplier will be eligible additionally to apply for summer internships serving in missions and ministry right here in New York City. Also, every student who donates 10 or more textbooks that are currently being used, will be entered for a chance to win free textbooks for a year. So what are you waiting for? Turn this semester's textbooks into an offering that supports the ministry, mission, or nonprofit that is closest to your heart.